2020, not exactly what we were thinking at the beginning of the year. For many of us, things just seem to be out of control, or that we have no control. But we do have control. We have control every day in the choices that we make. I'm Jeff Bortner, co-founder of Your Choice Foundation. We'd like to hear from you as to how this year's event helps you make your next choice your best choice.
Till the change came on me. Life can be deadly, I'm talking vicious, it's fatal. But as long as I'm able, I'm trying to remain stable. Cause I done traveled on this long road, full of pain and addiction. No more sinning, I'm winning, praying to God I'm forgiven. He picked me up when I needed it most. Family terrified to get a call, I overdosed. I was blind to the path I chose.
Hey everybody, Ron L. James, and we're here for the Your Choice Foundation Team Choices Summer Summit. And I'm here with my good friend Star. And Star is a rock star designer. So here we are with an opportunity to speak into the lives of thousands of students all over the country and to pour into their lives with different speakers from different walks of life. And I just think that's incredible.
Definitely, definitely. That's what I think is one of the strongest points about our collaboration, about the summit, is we have such a wide variety of speakers with so many different stories and so many different backgrounds and life experiences, and they've all learned something from it, no matter whether it was a positive or a negative, and each one of them has found a really unique message to pass on to whoever's receptive and wants to listen.
We're going to go ahead and get started. Hey everybody, welcome, and we appreciate you. Hope you enjoy.
Well, I believe it's important to make good choices because your choices ultimately shape your character, and it's your character that is going to impact your destiny.
Wrong decisions always end up with negative, bad stuff. So needless to say, it's important to try and make the right decisions. You know, maybe step back and take the time and think a little bit before you act, and maybe you'll make a better decision.
It's important that our choices that we make model who we are and give clear direction to others. Choices, choose them wisely.
You know, we went down the wrong paths. We've met and hung with the wrong people. And needless to say, our actions did nothing but create pain for our family because then, you know, being incarcerated.
Think about that kid in the lunchroom that doesn't have a lot of friends, or the one in the classroom that's off to themselves. It may be a little bit different. By making the choice to be their friend and to affirm them and to show them love, you'll make an impact in ways that you could never imagine.
Hi, my name is Leanna Stitz Pryor, and today I want to talk to you about strength and overcoming obstacles. How do I know? Because I defeated 3 cancers and a stem cell transplant. You want to talk about depression? I've been there. You want to talk about overcoming obstacles? I've had to overcome lymphoma, leukemia, and brain cancer and a stem cell transplant. I've had a number of surgeries that I lost count. So today I want to talk to you about strength and how to overcome obstacles. I just want to encourage you guys to never give up no matter how tough the situation gets. I've been through depression. I've had to be in the hospital with no visitors, and I had a very weakened immune system, and I've also had to suffer because of all the complications I was going through. I even lost count of how many surgeries I've had, how many times I've gone through chemotherapy. I lost count after 273 rounds of chemotherapy. I spent many days alone in an isolated room where I couldn't have no visitors. I had no contact with the outside world other than social media. So it was pretty draining, but during those times I know I had to fight like a boss. So I also want to encourage you guys that no matter how tough things get, to just keep on pulling through no matter what it is. If you need mental support, if you need any type of support from someone bullying you, or if you're going through depression or stress or domestic violence or whatever it is, there's always someone out there that can help you, to support you. And I'm one of them. Ron's one of them, TJ's one of them, Dwayne's one of them, DJ Faith is one of them, Esther's one of them. There's many people that do care about you, and I'm one of them. want to tell you guys that no matter how tough things get, never give up. I didn't give up, so that means you can't give up.
You know, Star, here's an individual that has gone through it.
Yeah.
And when she's talking about fighting like a boss, she's fighting.
Definitely, definitely. I think the word survive and survivor, I mean, no matter how bad we think we have it, at the moment that we're in the center of our own universe, we always have to remember there's somebody dealing with something so much bigger than what we are.
Yeah.
And we always have to consider that when we meet strangers. We don't know what they're going through. You know, I mean, she's just an inspiration. I don't know how else to say it. She's unbelievable.
She certainly is.
Yeah.
And we appreciate her and even be a part of this summer summit.
Hello everybody, this is Dr. Johnny Vega, and what I want to talk to you about today is choices. I made some pretty bad choices when I was younger and consequently ended up doing almost 10 years in federal prison. I was an ex-gang member, ex-drug dealer, and these are all choices that I made the first 20 years of my life. While I was incarcerated, I made a promise to myself that when I came home, I would make sure the youth didn't make the same mistakes I made. So for the past 5 years, I've been traveling all over the country, motivational speaking to kids all over the country. And I tell you what, it's remarkable how when you point out how important choices are in someone's life, when they listen and start making good choices, how their life changes. So it's imperative to continuously make good choices. Life happens. Things will happen in your life you have absolutely no control over. But the things you do have control over, make the best of it and make it count. And I promise you, what you reap is what you sow. What you put out into the universe is what you'll get back. And I constantly tell the youth this thing all the time. Make good choices. It's your choice to use drugs. It's your choice to be a bully. It's your choice not to pay attention in school and not get good grades. But be prepared to suffer the consequences for those choices. Now, if you need help, don't be afraid to reach out to counselors, teachers, men like us that are willing to give you good advice. All you have to do is listen and allow us, or choose to allow us to guide you in the right direction. Trust me, the choices you're making that are bad are only going to lead to two places. And that's jail, where I ended up for almost 10 years, or the graveyard. And I'm telling you now, it's not about right or wrong. I ask this question to the youth all the time. Do you want to have a life full of joy, or do you want to suffer through your life? Because I suffered for 10 years of my life because of the choices that I made. So listen up close. My name is Dr. Johnny Vega. I look forward to speaking in front of you and pouring life into you. So remember, make good choices. And if you need help, don't be afraid to reach out. And this is Dr. Johnny Vega signing off. And I always tell everyone that I speak to, quitting is not an option. Peace.
You know, Star, this gentleman I know very, very well. As a matter of fact, when he sent in his video, he was outside of a prison because he wanted to get in the actual mood of where he was.
I remember.
And where he's at right now.
Yeah. And I think the important part about that is you can make a lot of bad choices, but the day you choose to make good choices, it changes your destiny.
Absolutely.
So to hear from people like yourself and Johnny Vega, to hear that you can make a lot of mistakes, but you can still change your destiny. That's the most important point, because a lot of people are still making bad choices. They might have made bad choices this morning and they decide because of something here, they change their own destiny just like that.
Just like that. 10 years inside of a federal penitentiary. So here he is outside of a prison in his local area just so he can get in the mood.
Yeah, it was
That's
powerful.
amazing. That's powerful.
Definitely, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Stacey Tinsley, and I want to share an amazing new product with you. Zero Hazard is exactly what it says, zero hazard. You will never have to worry about harsh chemicals that could cause harm to your students, staff, or anyone who enters your building. We are so proud to provide the safe way to sanitize your school districts and keep your students, staff, and visitors safe and healthy. Zero Hazard is a highly effective, eco-friendly, non-toxic, safe solution that if utilizing with an electrostatic sprayer, our solution will have increased effectiveness by increasing the charge of the electrolyzed water to more aggressively adhere to all surfaces and objects. That's right, all surfaces and objects. What will this mean for you? Well, while you're off taking care of the other important aspects of your profession, you'll be able to rest assured that there's a safe and effective product that is working on your behalf. You see, with the proper product, Zero Hazard, and the proper equipment that our team offers, we will provide that safe environment. Simply put, the proper product plus the proper equipment equals a safe environment. Our certified and professional team is ready to meet all of your expectations with an approved FDA sanitizing solution. Give us a call so you can get back to what's most important to you, your students. Please remember our name, Zero Hazard, which means exactly what it says, Zero Hazard.
Did you know famous horror writer Stephen King had his first novel, Carrie, rejected 30 times before it was published?
In my junior year of high school, about 7th grade or so, I think I kind of accepted it and even found myself saying it before the other kids would. I remember one time right before a fight, I said something like, "You want to fight me? You want to fight me? You know I'm crazy, just like my mom." I was really hoping that this would get them to back off me. But as I recall, it didn't, and the crowd just laughed. It was at a neighborhood park near my school. Her name was Charlisa. We called her Lisa for short. My friend was in the crowd. Well, she was both our friends actually, but I had a gut feeling she put her up to fight me. I didn't want to fight. I really never had to, but there I was at the park with this crowd who wanted to see a fight. I didn't know what scared me more, fighting back and getting beat up, or just not fighting at all and being teased and laughed at the next day at school. Maybe both. There was something about her, the friend, the one that was in the crowd, that I didn't trust. Yet I would find myself involved in risky behaviors with her. Shoplifting was one of them. What a fool I felt like, in the middle of the park, surrounded by everybody, waiting for it to all go down. Let's talk about some of the choices I made at that time. Following the crowd was not a good choice. All choices have a solution. Remember, there's never not enough reasons for you not to change your mind about a bad choice. You have to be very careful about some of the choices you make over a temporary situation. Frustration will pass. Anger will pass. Desperation will pass. You have to consider you may be giving away a large part of your future over one bad choice. We've all made them. Every single one of us have made some poor choices and decisions that have cost us dearly. I've made some myself. Too many to count and too many to forget. And that's why I'm talking to you today. For instance, following the crowd was not a good choice. Someone could have gotten seriously hurt. Fortunately, that did not happen. There was a gentleman in the crowd who spoke up and said, "She doesn't want to fight, so there will be no fight." Someone with enough courage to speak up in the crowd. Sometimes that's what we have to have. Courage to make the right choice and not go along to get along, and to take a moment to consider how our choices affect others. It could cause trust issues that can never be regained and loyalty that can never be obtained.
All right. Wow, that one shows how sometimes the choices we make are in our face and we can't run from them.
Yeah, yeah. And she talks about following the leader.
Yeah.
I mean, well, she's really talking about following people that are making bad choices.
Of course, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
where it comes down to that decision making. Sometimes you're in the situation like she talked about where you
Yeah.
can't really run from it. You're going to
Yeah.
have to make a choice one way or another. And that's a scary place to be. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Great message.
Definitely,
Great message.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, this is Jeff Jones from Greater Days Ahead, and I'm excited to be able to take part in the Team Choices Summer Summit 2020. So let me just share with you a brief word of encouragement about the choices that you make are the choices that define you. And we need to realize that because every choice that we make helps define what kind of person that we are. Anybody who has ever achieved any level of success in their life, they've had to make choices to be in that position. Think about it. Every choice that you make defines what kind of person you are. Think about the friends that you're around. You've made that choice. Think about the schools that you went to. You made that choice. So the choices that you make are the choices that define you. And one thing for sure, as you're going on this journey, you may not know exactly what you want to do, but for sure you know what you want to become. You want to become great. You want to become great at what you do. And that's the focus on why you have to make these choices, because the choices you make are the choices that define you. And when you decide that you want to become great, you know that you have to make the right choices to be around the right people at the right time and go to the right schools, get the right certification, and get the right information. You know you have to make those choices. Because again, the choices that we make are the choices that define you. You look at anybody who's successful in life. You look at all the great choices that they have to make. And then you look at somebody who may not be as successful and look at the choices that they made. So it's quite clear, young people, the choices that you make are the choices that define you. And I get it, like I say right now, you may not know exactly what you want to do in life, and that may change from time to time. But one thing for sure is what you can become is you can become great. You become great by your choices. You become great by the people that you hang around. You become great by the decisions that you make. And people will give you options, but only you can make the choice. See, people can lay out all these different options from A to Z, but you have to make the choice. You have to make that choice to be great. You have to make that choice to study. You have to make that choice to stay on the right path. You have to make that choice to overcome hard times. You have to make that choice to be determined. You have to make that choice to be commitment. Because again, the choices that you make are the choices that define you. How are you going to be defined, young person? Are you going to be able to define as a go-getter? Are you going to be able to be defined as one who overcomes obstacles? Are you going to be able to define as a change maker, a truly impacted individual? Are you going to be able to define as an entrepreneur, that business person, that doctor, lawyer, that scientist who did it because they followed their passion? But it's your choice. No one can choose for you. It's your choice. And we have to be able to realize we may not know sometimes what we want to do, but we do know what we want to become. So we want to become great, and we become great by our choices. So the choices we make are the choices that define you. Be defined as being great. Peace.
Wow, I think I can relate to this one because it's about defining who you are. And that's up to you. It's up to each one of us. We can be anybody we want to be in a way.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And the key word that kept coming up is what we're all about, is choices. It kept resonating, it kept flowing, and he brought so much passion, and that's really what this whole thing is about, is taking our choices and making them something.
Yes. And decide who it is you want to be. These choices will determine your future.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
it really is that simple. I mean, it seems really silly to say it's that simple, but it really, really is.
It really is. It really is. That was great. Hey everybody, the next individual that's coming up that we're going to hear from is an individual that is phenomenal. And if you're wondering why my partner Star is not here, it is because he is the person that's going to be speaking. He has a great message that you have to hear. And I'm hoping that everyone will be able to take something from his words of encouragement. He is a great friend and he has a great message. Here you go. Star.
Hi, I'm Star. I own a company called Concert Illusions and my own clothing brand called Rockstar Designer Wear. I have one of the dream jobs. I get to work with rock stars and celebrities and TV stars. I design and consult for some of the biggest names in show business, people you see on TV every day. Part of my job gives me the opportunity to travel around the world. I've worked in over 50 countries. I've designed more than 100 television shows, rock concerts, live theatrical productions, worked on motion pictures. It's been an amazing adventure. With that, I've learned certain lessons about how people define success. People ask me all the time, what are some of the keys to success? Oftentimes I respond, I'll let you know when I feel successful. Today I'm going to give you 5 fun rules that you can apply to your life every day. Lesson number 1, you're going to have to teach yourself to put a value on your own personal time. That means you're going to have to make choices between doing things that are fun or doing things that hone your craft. If you want to be a guitar player, you're going to have to decide to not play video games because your competition is learning guitar while you're playing a video game. Lesson number 2, you're going to have to learn to recognize the difference between false rewards and true rewards. False rewards are likes or shares on social media, or going up another level on your favorite video game. The difference between the false ones and the true ones are listening to a true reaction from a real audience. Now, celebrities obviously use social media, and it's easy to get caught up in the world of social media, but celebrities only use social media as a tool that's part of an overall marketing plan. That's not their entire life, isn't part of social media. So you need to know when to stop and move on to true rewards that are in the real world. Lesson 3, talent is only a part of you achieving greatness. The rest of that equation is made up of hard work, dedication, perseverance, setting your own bar for a level of excellence that you're uncompromising. And lastly, try to be the problem solver, not the problem maker. Number 4, take the time now to prepare for your future. Whatever your dream job is, learn the terminology, learn how the industry works, and plan and set goals for yourself. Number 5, success is a journey, not a destination. Now that sounds cliche, but becoming successful is just as simple as setting tasks that you accomplish. And when you each day set tasks for yourself that you accomplish, eventually you create a process of success. So today I've talked about a bunch of rules of success, but I want you to take away 2 words from this discussion. Achieve greatness. Achieve your personal greatness. That doesn't mean become rich or famous or travel around the world or be loved by millions of people. That just means be the best version of yourself you can be. Make the choices that shape your destiny so that you can achieve your own personal greatness. My mom used to tell me there are 2 kinds of people in the world. There are ducks and there are eagles. We see ducks every day. 99% of the population is a duck. They're just quacking. They're the problem makers, not the problem solvers. But the eagles, they soar above the rest. They're the ones that change the world. It doesn't always have to be in a big way. It can be in the tiniest way. But do whatever it takes for you to achieve your personal greatness. Thanks a lot for watching.
Here we are at the end of a great journey.
Definitely.
Wow, yeah. The Your Choice Foundation Team Choices 2020 Summer Summit has come to a close.
I'm kind of sad.
Yeah, and rightfully so, because there was so much positive energy. And
oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, not only do I feel invigorated and uplifted, but I think I've learned more than I would have expected when we started this journey.
You know, absolutely. And we've gotten a lot of feedback and positivity about this whole deal that we've...
Yeah, definitely. Because, the future is completely open. Because we don't know where we're going to be a year from now or 6 months from now. This has just been one of those moments where it just is something positive that we've put into the world, and it's amazing to be part of it, and I'm proud of the things that we did, and
absolutely,
and I'm honored to be part of it, to do it with you.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, and vice versa. But before we end, I'd like you to share with everybody that saying that you talk about expectations, because for me, that's exactly what took place with this.
Well, I think one of my philosophies has been through surviving in show business for so long. I believe in 100% dedication with 0% expectation.
Wow.
So you dedicate yourself to the task with everything you have, but you just don't have expectations. You can have a belief that it will go somewhere, but if you actually expect it, you're allowing yourself to be set up for disappointment.
Very good, very good. And you know, it's almost like how we're opposite, but that's a positive way to look at things. My mother, on the other hand, would say stuff like, good, better, best. May you never rest until the good gets better and the better best. Always looking for the best in individuals and everything that we did.
Of course.
So what a great way to end this.
Yep.
You know, the bald head and the hair and
good job, brother. We'll see you next time. Hopefully, pretty soon. I hope.
Yeah. My main man. Wow, we've come to the end of another great series. And here we are with the opportunity for you to connect and engage with some of our speakers by going to yourchoicefoundation.org or by going to bestchoiceevents.com. Hey, we hope to see you soon. Remember, you're amazing.
Hi, my name is Ron James, and I'm going to tell you a story about a woman who gave it her all.
Good. Better. Best. May you never rest. Until your good gets better, and your better, best.
Them words are from my mother, my mama. Her name is Mimi. And she would say them words to me over the years as I grew up, and they always stuck with me. Especially when times were rough. This was during a very difficult time in my life, where I was battling a vicious cycle of drug and alcohol addiction.
This don't mean nothing to you. I bet it don't. I bet it don't mean nothing. Mom, we're pregnant.
She said, good, better, best. May you never rest till the good gets better and the better best. See, my mom gave it her all. But I believe the reason I'm here today is because she never gave up on me. She kept faith in me. Thank you, Mom. I did it. I made it.
time in my life when I went through so much, so many ups and downs. Didn't know just who I could trust. Thought I would find my happiness in all the wrong guys, but he was always right there to help me open my eyes. Give me every little thing that I need. My God, never leave me lonely. None of my days